Hello everybody, my name is Fortifier and welcome to episode 8 of Fortifier's Fireside Chats. Today, we're talking about 3D Space Harrier. I'm just kidding. I'm talking about 3D World Space Harrier. That doesn't sound right either. 3D World Harrier. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? The only reason I'm calling it that is because the games are blatantly related. Space Harrier came out a long time ago. 3D World Runner was later. That being said, a lot of people kind of called it a ripoff. Anyway, you're probably wondering why this video looks like it's in high definition. It's probably because I have a new camera, and that new camera is awesome. It's also because I have a tripod that I can put that camera on. Traditionally, I used to use my webcam, and the webcam was fine and dandy. So the issue I had with using this camera is that it would make the video a lot smaller, and it also had like a little bit of a film grain, and that was frustrating to me. So let's talk about 3D World Runner. All right, so growing up, my dad had a Sega Genesis. On that Sega Genesis, he had Space Harrier. Now, Space Harrier, like I said, is exactly the same as 3D World Runner. Square ripped it off. Both of them have railgun elements, and they're both platformers. I never played 3D World Runner until my dad gave me a bunch of NES games on an emulator. 3D World Runner obviously is at the top, so I worked my way down, and after 1942, I ran into 3D World Runner. The game is a really simple concept. I like it sometimes, depends on if I'm winning, but for the most part, it's not too bad of a game. But let's go back to 1987 and talk about when this game came out. So this game was made by two companies that I actually really enjoy. The first one was Square. Now we're familiar with Square because of Final Fantasy. The three people who made the game, Nobuo Gabelli, Hironobu Sakaguchi, and Nobuo Uematsu, all would work together to make Final Fantasy. But before they did that, they made this whatever this is. To be honest, the NES had a really good year on 1987 as well. Games like Final Fantasy would come out. So earlier in the year, 3D World Runner came out. Later in the year, Final Fantasy came out. Maniac Mansion, Castlevania 2, Double Dragon, Jaws, if you're into Jaws, California Game, Blades of Steel, which I actually really enjoy, Pac-Mania, The Karate Kid, and even Tecmo Bowl all came out in 1987. So while Square may have made a mess with 3D World Runner, they actually went back and redeemed themselves with the release of Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy was ultimately the game that put Square on the map. Square developed the game, but it was published by Acclaim. Rest in peace, Acclaim. You were lost, but not forgotten. So that's really all we have to say about it. It's a simple concept for a game. It's just a ripoff. But the random number generator pulled this game out, so we gotta play it, we gotta give it a shot, and we gotta review it. So, let's take a look at the cart. Alrighty, let's take a look at my copy of 3D World Runner. Right, here she is. So, right off the bat, rest in peace, Acclaim. Great company. It's a shame what happened, and they all kind of just fizzled out, but that's the way she goes. This is a 1987 game, so the artwork's actually pretty good. I don't really have much to say about it. So, I would like to say that these guys, right there, they don't really look nearly as menacing on the game. Matter of fact, they're just floating balls for the most part. I don't also like how this is omitted from the game screen. Now I know that I'm going to witness this during my gameplay, but this was recorded after my gameplay footage. Usually I do it the other way around. This time I reported gameplay first. So yeah, this is the Space Harrier, my bad. This is Jack, and he's fighting these flying snakes. So pretty simple, right? That's all I got to say about it. I like the counter color right here, red on black. I really don't like this game. Oh well. Good condition cart. Great artwork. It is what it is. Very simple. Let's go ahead and play it. Alright, so the premise of the game is that you're playing as Jack, who is a Space Harrier. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting what I'm doing. A space cowboy. He's going to all these planets to fight these flying snakes. How do you do that? Well, you run forward. So by default, you're going to be running in the game. The controls are all based around your running ability. Right off the bat, if you get the rocket, you can shoot pressing B, you jump pressing A. How far up you jump depends on how long you hold down A. So the D-pad is where most of the magic happens. If you press left or right, that's where you walk left to right. You can do that in midair as well. You can also align yourself with your stars if you choose to go after stars or any objective before the actual round starts. If you press up, you run faster. If you press down, you run slower. That's actually kind of important if you're trying to land on these platforms like a last-ditch effort. Half the time I think I realized that by not touching the run controls at all, I did better, but oh well. Let's check out the game. Alright, so this is 3D World Runner. We don't really have a tile screen, we're just jumping straight into it. Bottom it says Square presents World Runner. Alright, so I guess 3D World Runner isn't the actual title, but let's make it 3D World Runner. Bah! Look at that. Look at that nauseating 3D. Alright, by Nasir Gabelli being the programmer. He was also in Final Fantasy, but we already talked about that. So let's look at the HUD real quick before we start, because once the game starts, I'm going to be paying attention to the screen. The scores in the bottom left. The white bar in the middle is our time, which you will never run out of unless you're purposely dawdling around. The bottom's going to say what level we're on. The smiling face is Jack, which is our primary character. The stars are how much stars we have, which I finally realized after a while it has nothing to do with the game outside of points. So, that being said, I ignore them on purpose. P is our player, so how many lives we have left. So let's go ahead and start the game, right? Early stuff. I like the music, it's cute. Wait, whoa. Alright. That's death, I'm not gonna grab that. So, in playing the game and kind of learning the whole trial and error of the game, I discovered that those mushrooms kill you. Power-ups that just kill you, cheaply. Whatever. This game looks a lot like another game that I've played before. Nah, there's no way. I mean, it's not like there's enemies that you can face, or big long jumps that you take, or columns. This game's a rip-off of Space Harrier. Oh well, I digress. Might as well check it out, let's play it. So I'm gonna grab stars just so I can show you where the— whoa! Okay, we are in an alternate dimension where they still have trees with wings and broccoli trees. God, the controls are extremely slidey. And by slidey, I mean if I push it just a little bit, I'm already 3 paces over. But we get an extra life from it. Now we're back to where we were. I do like that I can like line up where I want to go before it happens, so that's pretty cool. This game's pretty fun. I mean, it's a runner. I don't know what the technical genre— I don't know what this genre would be technically considered. I mean, I know it's a platformer and it's called a railgunner, but I don't see it being a railgunner. Then again, I don't really know what determines that genre to begin with, so I died. So if you're going to start the game and you actually want to beat it, you need to have the potion and you need to have the gun, both of which you lose if you get hit even one time, so prepare for that. This game sucks. But I'm gonna try to beat it. Oh my gosh. This game sucks. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna beat this game. So this game is a huge game of trial and error, which I'm not okay with, but whatever. Let's go get another life. Well, Lord knows we're gonna need them. Take the balloon of infinity. Oh man, I was doing pretty good with that run cycle. Yeah. Boop. Extra life. Cool. That's all I care about. I want to fight a serpent beast. I mean, isn't that what's on the front cover of the game? Serpent beasts? That's so fucked. And we're at level 3. Rocket. Death. Cool. Oh, come on. Now we're on the last level. Cool. Potion. Rocket. Death. Nuclear. This is our invincibility pickup. It only lasts for 4 seconds though. Oh, another one. Cool. And apparently I hit something. That's trash! Health. Rockets. Death. Invulnerability, as it is with life. Alright, this is definitely Space Harrier. This is a blatant ripoff. The only thing that's different is you aren't holding the cannon as you're doing it. That's bullshit. I'm surprised he didn't get sued for this. Is he flipping me off? Oh my gosh. Yeah, trial and error out the wazoo. I hate that. That's trash. That's trash, and I hit that and I know I did. So frustrating. Life. Rocket. Does that mean they switched it up to where I die if I hit the second pickup? That's kind of messed up. Alright, land it just right. Just right. All the way. Cool. I'm gonna beat this game. Land it. Land it. Oh. Land it. Land it. Land it. Land it. Fuck! gosh. This game is making my blood pressure go up for no reason. So basically, I just don't move at all. I don't go any faster than I need to. I just keep pushing it. Cool story, bro. I'd be so mad if I die right here! Level 2-1. Continue. Why would you do that? Why would you put that in your game as a viable element? So that's the strategy. I had that. So strategy I'm gonna use is I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let him do all the work. I'm gonna let him run at the speed he wants to run, and I'm just gonna press A when it's time to jump. And hopefully get the distance right. Is that the strategy? Just let him do it. This game frustrates me. This is the second continue I've used. And I'm almost dead. Landed right on him. Game over. Continue 3. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting about that. Oh, barely land on that every time. It's so frustrating. I just want to beat the game. I dodged it and it moved back. The controls in this game are trash. That's not fair at all, but okay, whatever. Thank you for the health. Invincibility, but it doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna die in a jump. Cause look at this shit. Look at all the stuff I'm dodging. What the hell's that? It's a hand! What the fuck? The amount of shit I'm having to run. Oh man, already? We beat him. Alright, level 3. There's 2 of them? What the f? Am I gonna have to use these to jump over the canyons? An invisible dragon is next. Continue 5. Controls in this game are horrible! I want to see if I'm going to be able to jump that canyon, because if I can jump that canyon, I'll jump that canyon. But this game is making me lose my fucking mind. End up perfectly with these, you're never going to make it. And then it does that to you. Continue 7. I hate this guy. Jack is stupid. He's got stupid colors. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. That's it! This game sucks. God, this game sucks. There's no way to line up on it. The controls are too slidey. Of course not. Alright, I'm done with this game. This game sucks. Whatever. Let's talk about some pro tips. So, pro tips for 3D World Runner. The first tip I guess I could give you is that you need to play the game over and over again if you want to become good at it at all, because mostly it is trial and error. I hate trial and error. You'll hear me say it all the time. I can't stand it. It is what it is. The game was made, now we have to play it. Pro tip 2, be exceptionally patient and plan out every jump accordingly. Don't just jump because you can anticipate the jump coming. Actually study the jumps, know the distance that you need for each of the gaps, and then work your way from there. When it comes to level 3 with those frog pads, I can't give you any advice because honestly I don't know. I'm not good at this game. And that's pretty much it. I guess number 3, the best thing I could say, and unfortunately it's the least professional, play Space Harrier. Better game, better concept, better art, better music, better everything. Alright, let's go ahead and rate this game. Cart. I'm going to give the cart a 3 out of 10 because it's a blatant reproduction of Space Harrier. Everything from the top to the bottom is a complete and total ripoff of this game. It's kind of like PUBG and Fortnite. They're kind of ripoffs of each other. Horribly. Gameplay. So I can't knock the game as being bad because the idea of running forward and having things running at you, that's a good concept and it plays really fluently. The issue I have is the running controls. If you push left or right, you go shooting off that way, you go shooting off that way, and it's inconsistent. 4 out of 10. Music. So the music is fully composed thanks to Nobuo Uematsu. He's the same guy who did the Final Fantasy soundtrack, and I love the Final Fantasy soundtrack, so he always put 100% into what he did. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10.
Art. The art in this game is very childish in nature. From broccoli trees to the First Order statues, it's very childish in nature. However, the sprites are cute, and that's the only redeeming factor for this game. We give this game a 4 out of 10.
Fun! I mean, the game was fun in like a weird way, but I wouldn't really call it fun. You're not going to catch me playing this when friends come over. Like, hey, let's pop in 3D World Runner. I probably won't even say, hey, let's pop in Space Harrier. I'm more apt to say, let's pop in Streets of Rage, or, you know, Final Fight, games like that. So, replayability, not entirely. I kind of wish that it would have been an arcade game because the concept of slamming in coins over and over again to keep the game going would have been perfect for it. I don't have the 3D red and blue glasses, so I can't even tell you if the 3D works, but it's nauseating looking. I guess I want to say in closing that I know the light is probably really horrible. I'm trying to find the good light balance for this camera now that I'm actually using it. I might get one of those little desktop photography lights, that way it just works really good. I might have a mirror that I can flash a light on that shines on my face. I don't know. We'll find some way to work around it. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell so that you can see when I'm making new stuff. If you have the time, put a comment down below and tell me what you're playing and what I should be playing. I got a big wall of games and I'm always looking for something new to try out. If it's on the wall, I'm going to play it. So from my family to you, I hope you had a great 2017. Here's to 2018. I'll see y'all next year. We're going to have a few new programs come out. It's going to be an awesome year. Good energy, good vibes. Fortify out.